Hello, 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 everybody. Hi. Hi, Shirley Crawford. How are you? Hi, Ann, and hi, Robin. Hi. Thank you for stopping by. I do appreciate it. Also, I want to say hello and thank you to all the people on YouTube and Facebook that are watching my live stream right now. And also to everybody that will be watching the replay. I do appreciate your support as usual, and thank you so much for doing so. I am um, feeling good. I voted today. Hey, I voted today. Hey, I voted today. So I'm hoping everybody is going to get out here and vote between now and a week from now, November the 5th. It is election day. Get out and vote. Vote your conscience, whomever that person may be. It is your right as an American citizen to do so, but you really need to get out there and vote because that is something people have marched for and died for in order to give everybody that is a registered U.S. citizen the ability and the right to vote. So please exercise your citizenship right and get out and vote. Whether you vote today, well, it's too late to do it today, but tomorrow, all the way up until November the 5th, get out there and vote. And I just wanted to put that out right quick because I have to tell you, I just finished watching part of the rally that's going on with Kamala in D.C. She's speaking right now, and it was getting to be very, very interesting. But anyway, like I said, please make sure you do vote. That is very important. I just want to get that out. I don't endorse anybody on my channel because we all have the right and freedom to choose who we want. That's the whole benefit of being an American citizen and a registered voter. But your duty is to get out there and vote so there can be a free and fair election and you'll be able to choose the candidate that you most want to be our very next president of the United States of America. That is our right. So thank you so much for doing that. So we got more people popping in. Becky, hi Becky, how you doing? Betty, Evelyn, yeah, those are the ones that have hopped in. And Carol, hi, how you doing? Thank you for coming in. I'm sure there will be more people coming in a little bit. Like I said, I know there people are probably, if they're like me, following all of the political stuff that's going on. And since there is a rally going on right now, people may be a little late coming in if they're watching the speech that is going on uh, currently. So I will give you a few more minutes before I get into the presentation for today. And Carol, you said you got your voted sticker and you love your sticker. Good. I actually did my drop box in front of the voting um, election board. So I didn't actually go in physically, so I didn't get a sticker. I hate not getting a sticker, but I just wanted to make sure that I got it done. And like I said, I feel really good about the fact that I know I have done my civic duty. So moving on from that, and all we got to do is just watch and wait, and fingers crossed that whomever you want to win wins, whoever that may be. I don't know, but that's how it is. So, uh, anybody else that has come in? A couple of things I wanted to mention before I get to the little presentation. There is a tutorial that's going around. I think Designed by Juju has one as well as Urban Thread. I'm not sure about Urban Thread, but I know Designed by Juju. And this popular bow, beautiful bow for the side of your sweatshirt, t-shirt, hoodie, or whatever. Um, People are doing the tutorials and they're doing this particular embroidery design or applique actually what it is. I haven't done one yet, but I intend to do it. But I just wanted to mention that there is a tutorial that is out, probably more than one, if anybody's interested in that. And what else did I want to mention? Don't forget that on the 2nd of November, if you haven't signed up for it yet, which is Saturday, John Deere is going to be talking about his new um, digitizing program, that software that he has created um, in conjunction with another company. I can't remember right now what the company is, but it's supposed to be something that is going to be easier to do as far as learning how to digitize. I am very curious, so hopefully I did sign up. I'm going to watch the presentation on Saturday, and hopefully it's going to be something that is easier and affordable. Like I need another digitizing program. But it would be nice to be able to know that you can do some digitizing that is not as tedious as some of the regular programs seem to be. So if you haven't signed up for it, you might want to, or I'm positive there will be replays and advertisements and all of that, but just wanted to put that out there just in case you weren't aware. There will be a brand new digitizing program that is going to be introduced that was developed by John Deere, which is supposed to be the big guru king of digitizing. And he is advertising it as being very easy and less cumbersome to use. Uh, and that's about all that he's telling us. So I don't know what else is going to be, but I'm looking forward to finding that out as well. Hi, Taisha. How are you? And you said that Urban Thread has one that you saw on their video yesterday, and I guess their design is $6.99. They also have some designs on Etsy because I actually have one in my cart. I didn't buy it yet. And who else did I designed by Juju? I'm pretty sure that's who I saw that was doing one, and I think they have a free design. Don't quote me on that. I briefly looked at that, but I think that's what I saw. But anyway, if anybody is interested in that, is that bow, the cute little bow applique that goes on the side of your shirt or hoodie, sweatshirt, what have you. Um, it looks really cute. I've seen several different patterns, and like I said, it looks very cute. And I did get a chance to see the one that you did, Evelyn, and it was really, really cute. So that kind of what pushed me to say, "Oh, I'm gonna have to do one." Hi, Joyce. How are you? And and you said you've seen so many videos on that. Saw one with a butterfly instead of a bow. Okay, I haven't seen that one. Let me see. I saw something else besides a bow, but I don't think I saw the butterfly. So, but I do know there's a lot of tutorials out there, and it. I don't want to say that it isn't anything that's super special because I haven't seen the tutorial, but it seems like it's just an applique that you put on the seam line of your garment and then you just cut it out. I don't know if that's it, but that's just looking at it, that's what it looks like, but I don't know. But anyway, I will be doing one eventually, and I'll show it to you. So I'm going to go ahead and get started because it is now 10 minutes after 8, and the topic for tonight is turning a hobby into a business, and that is speaking about embroidery. But all of this can relate to any crafting skill or idea that you may have, and you might be interested in doing that because I know most of us do some type of selling, I guess is the best way, because once people find out that you know how to embroider, you're going to get somebody that is going to ask you to make something for them, whether you do it free or you actually charge them something. The word is going to get out that you know how to embroider and they are going to ask you to do it. Matter of fact, just tonight, my daughter-in-law or a garment that a friend of hers saw something that I did for my daughter-in-law and son, and she wants it done for her. So, as I said, word of mouth, it never fails. Once people know that you do embroidery or any kind of craft, and whether it's sublimation, rhinestones, whether you do tumblers or cups, or you do quilting, knitting, crochet, and whatever your skill may be, once people find out that you know how to do it and you're pretty good at it, they're going to want you to do it for them. And thus grows a business. You turn a hobby into a business. And why do I say that? Because it's okay, as I've said before, it's okay to make things for people, give it to them for gifts, and the holiday is coming up, and I'm sure most of us are putting things together. I'm working on things as we speak for my great granddaughter, and I have other projects that I'm going to do for gifts, and these are gifts. But I don't feel like we should put ourselves in a position to continuously always give away the stuff that we make, because it costs money to make them. And when you have people that come to you and ask you to do something for you, that's fine. But you definitely need to ask them, to help you out a little bit. So I just wanted to just go over a few things that I looked up that's talked about it. So starting a home-based machine embroidery business can be rewarding, but there are obstacles, as we know. And I'm just going to go through a few of the things that you need to think about when you're deciding to do that. And it's most of the things I did, not everything. But the first thing is to discuss it with your family and or friends. If you have a spouse or a partner or somebody and you're going to be doing it in your home, then it's probably important that you talk about it with that partner before you do it. And if not, you might want to talk about it with a friend, or someone that you have confidence in their opinions and everything, to see what they think about it. Not to say that they dictate your decision, but it never hurts to just kind of bounce things off of other people, just to see what their thoughts are. They may have some information that you hadn't thought about, or they may present some things to you, some ideas that you hadn't thought about, that you can take into consideration prior to making the decision to switch it into a business. Now, the one thing that I do want to also say is that when I say turn a hobby into a business, I'm not saying that you have to do the LLC, get the business license, and just set up shop and hang your shingles and all of that stuff. That's not what I'm saying, because I have not done that, and I don't even know if I ever will. I don't know, but what I will do is make sure that I have some processes in place, is what I did from the very beginning. And as you grow, which you will, then you'll make a decision what your next step will be. So that's one of the first things that I think is very important. Secondly, you need to decide, where are you going to set up shop? As I mentioned, talking to your spouse or your partner about doing a business, then if you're going to do it, are you going to do it at home? Which is the most economical way to start, is at home. I would not advise anybody to begin a business going straight from a hobby to a business and do it brick and mortar, because that's not going to be inexpensive. Trust me. So 9 times out of 10, you're going to do it in your home or your space where you're occupying. And if that's the case, where in your space, where in your home, apartment, or whatever you have, are you going to be setting up shop? Because you have to take into consideration, you do need some space. You need a place to set things up. And so there are people that have actually started businesses in the corner of their bedroom. It's their bedroom where they sleep, may even share that space. And they've set up shop in that area. So it is possible to do that. But that's something that you have to make a decision on. Is this what I'm going to do? And I'm just going to caution you, which we probably all know. Once you get started, you're going to need more room. Once you get started, you're going to need more room. Because I know when I first started my quote unquote business was when I was living in an apartment in Florida. And I had a small space that was maybe like the size of a walk in closet that was an open area. It was set up in the apartment to be like a study or office space. It had no closure door, had no closet, anything. It was just a space. And I really just set it up as a space for a hobby because that's when I got my machine, and that's all I was planning on doing was doing it for a hobby. But it quickly turned into a money making venture because it was the pandemic and everybody was making masks. Masks were needed by everybody and everybody were making them. So the opportunity came to make masks and sell them. And with that, I was also doing t-shirts and other things. So it kind of grew. But that space became tight because at first I just had a single needle SE9 brother SE 1900 uh, embroidery sewing machine, and that's all I used. It didn't take me long to realize that that was not big enough for me, so I ended up getting a multi needle machine. Not this one, another one, but I did get a multi needle machine. And so that took up even more space, but I still had room, and you got to set everything up. Then I started realizing, okay, I need the supplies, I need the thread, I need the stabilizers, I need hoops. You know, it just grew and grew and grew. And eventually my space kind of overflowed into my living dining room area. Uh, and so you're constantly putting things, taking things out and putting things in. And if anybody watched any of my initial videos that when I very first started, I started in that apartment in Florida, and you can see that I am in a space where I'm talking on to the camera, and that's actually my dining room table that I would put my stuff up and do my work and talking and presentation and everything like that. And when I was done, I take it down, put it up, and set it back up as a dining room. Kitchen's behind me and everything, and it worked out fine. So now that I'm in Maryland and in a different apartment, and it's set up a whole lot different. I do have a dedicated bedroom, but it's not that big. It's just a bedroom. And but I have been confined to my bedroom. My husband told me it will not overflow into the living room and that. So I have to make sure that my space works. But I said all of that just to say that it doesn't take long to outgrow your space. So keep that in mind when you're deciding if you're going to have a business and everything that you are going to do. Because I have sublimation stuff in here, I have rhinestone stuff in here, I have heat press stuff in here, I have tumbler press and cup press and printers. I mean, you got your hooping station. Is everything crammed into this little room? So, and then I've got a surgery machine and two sewing machines. So, what can I say? Your space gets very crowded. So, think about that. Where are you going to do it? And are you going to grow? And if you grow, where are you going to grow to? Because that can put a damper on how quickly you can grow and what all you can do. So keep that in mind. The other thing which I'm very lax on, which I know better and it's important to do, and I know Jeanette from Baroka Sewing and Crafts speaks on this often, is to have a business plan. Now, I have a semi business plan, but I don't have a formal business plan. And I did some research as I was doing this, getting this presentation together about business plans. And you can have a formal one or you can have a short one, is what it says. and traditional business plan, which has all of the different areas. And that's like most people do the traditional business plans when they're trying to get some investments, which that's something I'm not trying to do. But there's also, let me see what they call it, a lean startup format business plan, which is what I'm working on because it's almost like a one page and it talks about mostly your goals. And that's what's important is to have goals. Now, I do have goals. And when you're setting that up, you need to look at what your goals are or what your format is going to be. And let me see what they say here. Is basically talking about how you're going to structure your business. And when I say structure your business, it includes uh, what you're going to do to set it up as far as whether or not you're going to do an LLC or a sole proprietor or any of those kinds of things, get your business license and take care of your legal issues and all those kinds of things. It also, how are you going to afford this? What is it that you want to do starting from the first month all the way up to 5 years? How do you want to grow and what are you going to do? What's your plan? That's the whole purpose of having a business plan. Is just showing, putting it in writing what it is that you want to achieve and how you're going to achieve it. That's the best way to explain it. What is your goal? What it is that you want to do, and what are the steps that you're going to take to get to that goal. So that's your business plan, and that's pretty much what this discussion is. Not about business plan, but just what it is you want to do and how you're going to achieve it. So keep that in mind. You got to talk. First thing you need to do is evaluate your skills. Now, some of us are better than others. Some of us have skills uh, in certain areas and not in others. So you need to know what your skill level is, and that will help you decide what it is that you're going to do as far as your business. For me, mine is strictly embroidery. Even though I do sew a little bit, even though I do a little sublimation, be it on garments or on hard substrates as they call it, like tumblers and cups and coasters and things like that. I do a little of that, and I do a little rhinestone. But my skill level for those areas are not as strong as my skill level is for embroidery. So I would not do any type of business using doing those other um, crafting projects. Now, will I do them and make them and maybe give it to somebody? Yes, but for me to produce something and sell it, the only thing that I would produce and sell would have to be rhinestone because once you get the template, putting the rhinestones on it and setting it is pretty simple on a garment. But even with sublimations and t-shirts, those are fine. They're not that difficult either, unless you want to get super fancy and stuff. And those are the ones that sell, the super fancy ones, and doing it in dark colors and cotton and so forth and so on. And I don't follow that. Therefore, I would not put myself in a position to try to do those things to sell because I don't follow that. I do keep up with what the latest and greatest is, but as far as me actually doing it, I don't. So that would not be something that I would do. I do follow embroidery. I try to keep up with what is going on, what's the latest trend, and what some of the experts are saying about how to hoop things and stabilize things and use different threads and different techniques and all of that so you can keep your skills going. Therefore, that will give you the confidence to actually make things to sell or do custom work, which I do some of both. And you say you wish I would do a rhinestone tutorial. Okay. What is it about rhinestone that you need a tutorial on? Just tell me. I just tell me. You can put it in the comments. So I was talking about equipment, getting the equipment that you need. I started off with a single needle. Now I have a multi needle. I would love to have, if I had the space, another multi needle machine. Or if I had the space, definitely something like a luminaire or something. That's simply because I want a bigger hoop. Doesn't have right now a single my machine that I have right now really is enough to do the work that I do, especially since I have double hoops, which is some more supplies and equipment that you have to look at when you're going to go into business. You need to make sure you have the proper hoops that you're going to need to do your business with. Um, I do recommend, if you're going to do custom work or you're going to think you may end up doing any type of bulk work, that you think about getting at least two of your main hoops that you're going to be using. Therefore, you can be able to be efficient with your time, because while one is, especially if you only have one, well, if you have more than one machine, you definitely need more hoops. But if you have one machine like I do, I need to have uh, two hoops. I do have at least two of my 5x5 mighty hoops, and I'm planning on getting two of my 8x9 and two of my 8x13 hoops, because those are the ones that I use all the time. And if I have a project, like I have a potential order coming in where there's going to be at least 10 hoodies that I need to do. And for me, especially with the holidays coming up, I don't have two hoops, two 8x13 hoops, and that's the size I use for this particular project. But if I did, it would be so much helpful for me, because as one is stitching, I can hoop the other one, so I'm constantly flowing. When I'm doing left chest logos, that's what I do, and things constantly flow. When you get big orders, you get 10, 15, 20 or more orders for chest logos, having the double hoop, especially if you only have one machine, you can keep that flow going and you can cut down your time. So you're actually making more money because you're doing it in less time that it would take if you simply only had one hoop, or if you were trying to do it all on a single needle. That's the other thing, because if you're doing your work on a single needle, you can do it. You can have a business, but your time is going to take, you're going to take more time. Therefore, your costs should go up, but you can only go up with costs so far. So that can end up being something that you might want to think about. So your equipment, make sure that you have all of the supplies, your threads, your needles, your stabilizers, your hoops, your machine. Keep your machine maintained, and all of the things that you need. You need to have your rulers and your your rotary cutters, everything that you need to make sure that you have those things at hand and on hand, so you can be efficient in your movement. And then you need to have at least a work table of some kind. You have to have a work table. Even if you put it up, take it down, put it up and take it down. You need to have a cutting mat and a work table where you can work efficiently, so you can cut down on the time it takes you to make things and to produce things. So that is going to allow you to make more money, and it's going to help you with your pricing. And all of these things, again, goes into your business plan. Now, I know I see tons of comments, questions, issues, and concern on Facebook where people are constantly, continuously asking about price. Pricing is one of the hardest things to wrap your head around when it comes down to um, having a home-based business, because everybody is afraid to price, not to price it correctly. They don't want to price it too high, and you don't want to price it too low. What kind of bothers me is when I see people that are still trying to use the 10,000 stitch, a dollar per 10,000 stitches, or a dollar per thousand stitch, $1 per 1,000 stitch. That rule does not work. You will not make money. You will not make money if that's what you go by. It is too complicated because there are so many different types of designs, and the stitch count varies, and that doesn't take into account everything that you do when you're trying to produce a product. You have to take in your time. You have to take in the time it takes to hoop. You have to take into account your stabilizer, your thread, the needle, the electricity. All of those things have to be taken into account. The depreciation of your machine, the maintenance of your machine, all of those things need to be taken into consideration. Even the space, if you're doing your taxes and stuff, and the space that you use to produce those things, all of those things have cost to it. Those things need to be figured into your price of your garment. And the longer it takes you to produce a product, the more it is going to cost you. Now, whether you pass that cost on to the customer is up to you. But if you're doing it for a business and you want to make a profit at some point, you have to do that. So that $1 per 1,000 stitch doesn't work. It just does not work. So I just want to emphasize that as much as possible for anybody that listens to um, my live stream or anything on my channel or what have you, and you're thinking about doing it for your turning your hobby into a business or just doing work and charging somebody for it, make sure that you're charging fairly for yourself as well as your customer. And I promise you, it is not easy. Every time I do something for somebody, the first thing that they ask is, what are you going to charge? What's your charge? Like you have a set price. Like you go to the barber or the hair salon and they can tell you, the barber, it's going to be $25 for a haircut. And if you get a lining or you get that, they add this, that, whatever. If you get color on your hair at the salon, it costs this. And if they do a blow, all of the stuff that they do, they add. Well, think about that. They do that at the salons, the nail salons, the barber shop, all of those things. Why aren't you doing that for your own stuff? They're taking into consideration their time and the product that they're going to be using, and that's exactly why they have those prices and those add-ons. So it's the same thing. It's the exact same thing. But try to, don't have the little, breakdowns and stuff, but make sure you just when you look at the project and you decide how it's going to be done. And because you know what you're doing, you know the time is going to take pretty much to get it hooped and everything, then you should be able to come up with a fair price because you definitely want to make sure that you're going to make a profit. You need to make at least twice what it is going to cost to do it. And that's at the minimum. You need to have at least twice what it's going to cost to do it because you need to have something. And even at that, all of that profit is not actually profit, but just keep that in mind. So I know that I have this down as this is the pricing is the most difficult thing to do. And you can talk to so many different people and they're going to give you all kinds of different ways of figuring out how to charge, and what works for them may not necessarily work for you. Putting that question out there on Facebook, like I've seen, the reason why it kind of rubs me a little bit is because what a person in California pays is not going to be what a person down in Mississippi pays, or somebody in New York is not going to pay what somebody in Maryland or Virginia. You know, where you live definitely makes a difference as to what you can charge. So if I put it out there and ask you what to charge, what you say may not work for where I am, nor may it work for what it's going to take as far as me doing the work. So you have to do your own research in your area and get an idea. I had a friend said that she will call up or go to an embroidery shop, a brick and mortar shop, and inquire about a price for a certain project or item just to get an idea what she should charge. And I don't think that that's a bad way to go, because you may or may not charge the same thing, because they may be able to charge lower. 9 times out of 10, they're going to charge higher because they got to pay for that lease on that building. But it gives you an idea what your community will pay. So that should let you know kind of what you can charge, a ballpark figure. Then you need to figure out somewhere in between that top tier and that low tier, somewhere in there where you need to put your price for your item. Now, I think that that's kind of a safe way of doing pricing. It's still not an exact science, and I don't think it ever will be an exact science. But I think that it's sort of a starting off, a jump off point as far as being able to come up with a decent pricing. But that is something that we could discuss over and over and over, and we'll probably come up with different answers every time the discussion goes. I did mention briefly about legal issues as far as your taxes and license and registrations and things like that. And make up your mind what you're going to do. If you're going to register yourself as a business and get a business license, and you're going to, set it up some kind of legal way, well, whether it's LLC, sole proprietor, or whatever partnership or whatever you're going to do, uh, then you need to think about that and find out what the rules and regulations are in your own uh, community where you live, your own state, your own town, what have you. So those things you need to look into, especially when you start growing and actually making decent money, because Uncle Sam wants his part regardless. And you got to keep that in mind. You start making over a certain amount of money, it has to be reported. So just keep that part in mind. And I know a lot of people don't want to do um, a professional business because they don't want that type of headache. They just do a little bit here and a little bit there and a little bit here and a little bit there. Everything is your decision as far as those things are concerned. But just keep in mind that once you do start doing something on the regular and you have a sort of steady income flowing in, that those are things that you need to take into consideration in order to stay on the good side of Uncle Sam. And branding. It says build a strong brand identity. Develop a memorable logo. Get you some professional business cards. Use a consistent color and font across all of your marketing materials. Now, you say, okay, I'm not doing a professional business. I don't have to do that. Well, I still recommend that you get business cards and a logo, because business usually grows from word of mouth, mostly in the beginning. And when you're out and about, if you're like me, I wear a lot of the things that I make. I do wear the things that I make. I'll wear something with the embroidery on it, a logo on it, a design on it, my name on it, whatever. And people see it and they'll come up and ask you about it. You talk about it. You need to have a business card so they can reach you. They may or may not ever call you, but they may. A good place to meet people, what I have found, is in the fabric shop. When I'm in Joann or Hobby Lobby, those are the two places that I go to that sell material. I run into somebody all the time. If you're buying fabric, I walk up to you and say, "Hey, how you doing? What you making?" Two reasons. I'm just curious because obviously I like the material that you're buying, and I'm just curious as to what you're going to make out of it. And then also strike up a conversation and see if they're interested in any kind of embroidery work or anything like that. And then I'll just hand them my card, and I keep pictures of stuff that I make, and I will pull my pictures out and show it to them. Oh, I like that. That's cute. That's cute. I want to get into this. Whatever, whatever. But if I didn't have business cards, then I wouldn't be able to do that. And if you do sell something to somebody, when you give it to them, deliver it, make sure you put it in a bag or something professionally, and also um, put your business card in there so people can remember you and be able to contact you. I actually have a what is a QR code on my business card. So all they have to do is scan it, and it takes them straight to my Etsy shop. And I have two on there. One takes you to the Etsy shop, and one will take you to my channel on YouTube. So that's how, and I have my logo on it. Where is it? This is this is my business card that I did on it on Vistaprint with my logo. I know it's not that clear, but oh, I know what's going on. I got all this light in here anyway, and this is what I have on the back of it. As you can see, I have I have QR codes on the back, and so that's what I have, and I keep a stack of them with me. I just realized I didn't turn these lights off in here. But it looks like is are you guys seeing me okay? It looks like it's clear to me. But is it too bright? Too I don't think it's too dark, but it looks fine. But I normally turn my lights off. So that one's off. That one's still on. Let me turn this. Okay. That's a little better. I forgot. I came in here after watching the rally, and I just came straight in here and turned it on. So anyway, like I said, I got these from Vista Print, and they're not that expensive. Oh, now that I turned the light off, y'all can't even see it. There you go. Anyway, I had to figure this light thing out because I looked like it was showing better with the light on. After you do your branding, then it is recommended networking. And that's what I was just telling you about me as far as when I go out, I'm always looking at somebody as a potential customer. If I go into any place, and well, I won't say any place because I don't go up to people just randomly and pass out my card. But if I happen to strike up a conversation at some point, be it in Walmart, especially if you're around the fabric area. Anywhere where I see people that are doing shopping for hobbies or crafting or what have you, then that's usually when I will strike up a conversation about embroidery and stuff like that and have the opportunity of passing out a business card. That's what I do. So that's part of your networking. Also, going to your churches, what other organizations you may be affiliated with, your neighbors, your friends, all of those things, and you just let them know what you do. Just let them know what you do. Um, If you really want to get out there and grow, then uh, you can go to craft fairs, flea markets, boutiques, different little small boutiques, flower shops, different places where you think they might be interested in what you make. Get in contact with your chambers of commerce. See if you can advertise in their newsletters that they send out. Different types of community organizations that may have newsletters that may allow you to advertise in there free of charge or for a very nominal fee. You never know. Um, Go to well, it's kind of hard to go to schools and stuff like that, and because a lot of places don't want solicitation, so you got to be very careful with that as far as soliciting. But if you can make contact with different organizations and stuff via the telephone, that might help. And then also go into uh, if you go to a nail place or you go to a salon or your husband or your friend or even you go to a barber, like I go to a barber, and you can make things, they're embroider on their capes and stuff like that, and they want to advertise their things. They might want to have caps and shirts and what have you that you can make. So it's a lot of ways to just kind of network and get things out there where people will know what it is that you do. So you need to definitely do the networking. And then collaboration. If you find somebody in your area that kind of do what you do, and they may be good at doing, say, their skill level is shirts, your skill level may be towels that you're interested in, or they may do quilting and you do the embroidery or whatever it is. Collaborate with them and see if you can do some joint ventures together where you're not bearing the whole brunt of the advertisement, and if you're going to fairs and stuff, setting up and taking down and stuff like that. Those are just ways that they suggest that you may be able to do. Um, this one says boutique partnerships collaborate with local boutiques to offer exclusive embroidered products into their shop, and this will help you reach new audience. Craft fairs and market. Go to your local craft fairs and market, and set up and network there, and network with the other people that are set up out there as well, because you might be able to do something for them to help them advertise what it is that they're making. They're not doing embroidery and rhinestones and sublimations and stuff. They may be doing woodwork and glass work and jewelry and all that kind of stuff that is totally different than what you do. But they want to advertise their stuff. So they might want a hat, they might want a shirt, and they may want, you know, something put on their on the cover that the tablecloth thing that you can do. So that's business right there that you might be able to pick up. And so those are things that you can look into perhaps doing. And social media. Now, social media is a whole different animal all by itself. And I have to tell you, I personally am not that good at social media. Yes, I do YouTube. Yes, I do this live presentation. I do have a Facebook group that I have to admit that I haven't really put a lot of um, emphasis in, but I need to get more involved in that. I do have some people that have joined. Thank you. And I need to get more people. But I don't do TikTok and I don't do Instagram. I don't do Pinterest. Um, those are the things that they recommend that you do. I'm not that good at it. I don't even know how to do shorts. And if you guys don't know what shorts are, don't worry about that. That's just stuff that they do on YouTube. Everybody looks at the shorts. They're like what is it, 60 seconds long, a minute long. or less. Now they want to make them where you can do them for 3 minutes or something. I don't know, whatever. I've never done them. I've never done them. So I think I did 2 or 3 reels on TikTok once, simply because my daughter told me I need to do that. So I've done a couple of reels and stuff like that, which was pretty simple to do. But I don't venture off into those avenues like I should. Why? Because for me, it's not that it's not that easy, and I don't have young people around me that I can just say, "Hey, come in here and show me how to do X, Y, Z." I wish I did, because if I did, I would do it. If you show me how to do it a couple of times, I'll figure it out. But for me to take my own little brain here and trouble myself to try to figure it out gets frustrating sometimes. But that is something that they do recommend, that you do get involved with social media, and that would be very helpful. And that kind of goes into technical support if you have um, someone to help you. And when I say technical support, that's moving on into you trying to do your social media stuff, where you'll need someone that can help you set up the reels and the shorts, and even what I do, um, because when I do videos on my channel, I have to edit it and all of that kind of stuff, and that can be tedious at times. And then the live stream and stuff, some things I'm pretty decent at, and some things I'm not. I have to learn it. I know how to screen share, and then I have to reteach myself when I'm getting ready to screen share again. So, if you have somebody that can help you with your lighting, help you set up your cameras, all those kinds of things, if you're going to be doing social media type stuff, if you have somebody to help you with that, that makes it so much easier, which I don't, unfortunately. The other thing that is extremely important, just as important as getting your business plan, is hone your customer service skills, especially when you're selling custom made things and your business is growing, where you're doing something on the regular, because it may start off all peachy and everybody's happy and everything is, working well for you. But I guarantee you, at some point, hopefully not often, but at some point, you're going to run into somebody that is not going to be completely satisfied with your work, or something. And and you need to know how to handle that situation. You're going to have people that are going to challenge you with your prices. How are you going to handle that? I mean, it's easy to say, this is my price, and I'm not changing my price. See you later, bye. That's cool. But that would be a decision you have to make. If you're going to stick to your price, if you're going to adjust it because of some particular situation. If they give you a big order, then you'll come down, a little bit on the price per item, or whatever. If you're going to do, they want you to do a rush, or you're going to charge them more. If they want several different colors, or you're going to charge them more, and all of those things that may need to be negotiated, and it's a way of doing it in order to maintain a good relationship with your customer base, because you want people to come back, and you want people to say good things about you and their interaction with you. And if you don't do that, then yes, you can definitely lose business and not grow your business. So customer service, like I said, I think that would be on the same level, if not even more, as your business plan. Because business plan or not, if you don't have good customer service skills, you're not going to have any any business at all, because people will not come back to you. I've had difficult clients, difficult customers, and they haven't come back. which I'm glad. But still, you don't know what they've said about you if that has hindered you from maybe even getting other customers. You never know. So um, it's important that you do that. Now, I also have this list that says create a business website. Now, that is something down the line. I don't have a website. I had a website. It didn't really work for me. And now that I have my Etsy shop, I can definitely have a website, but I'm not ready for that yet. At some point, I might, depending upon how well the Etsy shop goes. But that's something, in my opinion, that can be put off for down the line. And I wouldn't let that be anywhere on the top priority list, but it is something that you might want to think about. But it is more work, more time, more money, and things like that. Um, So I wanted to make sure that I had, and somebody put out about a thumbs up. So thank you for that. Please give me a thumbs up, you guys. I do appreciate that. As you guys know, it does help the channel to like, to subscribe, and to hit the notification bell. That's what keeps the channel growing. So that's very important to do that. And I noticed that I've seen a few more people hop in here while I was talking, so I want to acknowledge them before I go to the next thing. Hi, Arlene. How are you? Pearl. Hi. How are you? Uh, let me see. Somebody else came in. SK, how you doing? Uh, Okay, you said, do you time your work to determine the cost? I may have missed the answer. No, I don't time my work to determine the cost. I do take into consideration how much time initially is going to take me. But the reason I don't time it is because I only have one machine. And whereas somebody might be able to do the same thing that I'm doing quicker, or it may take me a little longer to do something because I'm being extra careful. I'm not going to charge somebody extra money if I took more time because I wanted to be extra careful. So when I say consider your time, which I did say that, I'm talking in general, consider your time because you want to make sure that if you if something if my machine tells me this design is going to take 30 minutes to stitch out, that's routine. But that's not my whole time. It didn't take into account me hooping the garment, lining it up, making sure everything is straight and centered and all of the things that you have to do. It didn't take into consideration me setting up the design or whatever I'm doing. It didn't take into consideration me selecting the thread and threading it and changing my thread and all of that stuff. It didn't take that into consideration. My machine said it takes 30 minutes to stitch out this particular design. It doesn't even, if that's a 15 color design and I only have 10 needles, that means at some point I got to stop the machine and take thread off and put thread on. That's not included in that 30-minute time frame that the machine says it's going to take to stitch this out. So how do you figure all of that in? You can't. The 30-minute is a given at whatever speed that you have chosen. That's a given. That part you can calculate, but all the other stuff that you're spending time on, you can't. Your first setup is going to take the most time because that's when you got to do all the things that I just mentioned as far as picking out the threads, uh, getting your stabilizer. Because if the way I do it, if I have a bulk order, if I have several of the same thing, I cut out my stabilizer for that whole project. Like if I have 10, I got 10 pieces of stabilizer already cut and ready to go. So all I have to do is just hoop once I get started. If it's a a left chest logo where it's going to be the same thing over and over. I've all in the same size and everything. I've already got it set up on my hooping station, so I don't have to move anything. But I had to get it all set up first. So those are things that take time that you can't take into account. And like I said, if you got like I have a 10 needle machine, but if I have a design that's 15 colors or what have you, I got to change that thread. I can't I can take that into consideration, and I should, because that may be something that I'll charge a little bit more than I would for something that is 5 colors or even 10 colors. Because once I put it up there, I'm done. I don't have to do it again. But if I got to go back and do some more stuff, yes, that's more. Now, is that a an answer that gives you something distinct that you can, say, this is what I'm going to do? No, because it's all depending upon you, your skill set, how quickly you can do these things, and your own personal setup. But do take them into consideration, because I was doing a project that took me a long time to do, that wasn't a hard project, but I had 6 different parts, and each part had 15 colors that kind of rotated. So I would set up my 10 colors, do that part, then I had to take 5 off and put 5 different ones on and do that part. And then when I got to the next piece, I had to go back and put some that I had taken off to make the first 10, do that part, take that off, put the other 5 that I took, that process. Now, how can I charge somebody for that? Because that's gonna make that cost gonna go way, way up. So my initial determination for that particular project needed to include the time, not the 30 minutes that the machine said it was going to take, but maybe 40 minutes, an extra 10 minutes added on there. And then you calculate based upon what you normally charge. If I normally charge $15 to do something, and I have to do this extra changing and stuff, maybe I'm gonna charge them 20 or 18 or even more than that, 25, depending upon what else I have to do. So that's what you need to think about and take into consideration. So hopefully that kind of helped a little bit. I don't know. It might have been more confusing, but that's what I think about when I'm doing stuff like that. How much work is involved? That's just the bottom line. That's what I take into consideration. How much work is involved in doing this particular project? Hi, Jenny. How you doing? Uh, and somebody else. So retired. How you doing? LP, I haven't seen you in a minute. How you doing? And thank you for asking people to give me a thumbs up. Please do that. Thank you. Hi, next to you, LLC. Hi, that's my son down in Florida. As you can see, he's fine. I had talked to the people about you um, being in the midst of that craziness that was going on with, what was it? Uh, I don't even remember the name of the storm anymore. Wasn't Helena? Was it Helena or the other one? Whatever one it was. But he's fine. As you can see, he's on here. And Margot, how are you? Haven't seen you in a while. And that's it. So I I think Becky's getting ahead of the game here. She's getting ahead of the game here. I see. I know last week, you guys, I was doing the giveaway in celebration for the 1 year anniversary of our Social Society Crew Sew Along project that we've been doing for a year now. And part of the celebration was to do a giveaway. The giveaway did not work. I practiced it since then, And I'm happy to say it should work tonight. So I'm going to do a giveaway. That's the plan. I'm going to do a giveaway. That's the plan. So I, I'm giving people that are watching that's not in the chat, I'm letting you know now, if you're watching and you want to be part of the giveaway, then you got to come into the chat. And um, when I see a few more people pop in, because I'm looking at the count, when I see a few more people pop in, then oh, okay. Becky was telling me she was typing something else, but she didn't catch it in time. Okay. Anyway, put and now Val was watching. She wasn't on here. I am going to tell you what to put in there. And Val put in Shirley's thread works, but that's incorrect. That's incorrect. I haven't told you what to put in there yet. And like I said, I'm trying to give other people time because once I give you what to put in there, it will be a hashtag. Then I'm going to go ahead and try to get the counter started so we can find out who the winner is. And I want to make sure that if there are people that are watching, and Val, you said hi, I missed you. I'm sorry. If you're watching and you want to participate in the giveaway, then I'm going to give you, it's 9:07. I am going to give another minute, another 2 minutes. We'll make it three. When it says 9:10 straight up, then I'm going to go ahead and get the giveaway started. That's hopefully it's going to give enough people that aren't already in the chat to come into the chat, because you have to be in the chat and put in the giveaway um, hashtag that I tell you, and I'm going to run that across the banner when I do that, and then you'll be able to participate in the giveaway. And LP, you're saying any good resources on how to take good product, girl, child. I asked that question of Jeanette on her live Friday because she has an Etsy shop. And she's had hers for a while. She's doing quite well with hers. And I've seen her products and stuff. And that is my thorn. Now I put my products up, but apparently they're not at the standard that Etsy says they should be at, and they need to be kind of manipulated. So I am not the one to ask that question. I am still in the progress of trying to figure out how to do it. Now she said that she does just use her phone and just sends it to her Mac computer, and then sends it up to Etsy. I don't have a Mac. I have a PC. I do have a phone. It is not easy for me to get my pictures from my phone to my computer. Trust me, I've tried. It does all kinds of crazy, wonky stuff. That's when you need somebody to give you some technical support. So I ended up emailing them to me and then putting it on the computer and then sending it up to Etsy. And I believe doing those process, it kind of dulled down the pictures. So now I'm in the process of trying to figure out a better way of doing it. So that's a long way of saying right now I don't have a good resource on how to take good product pictures. Now, there are people, there are resources that Etsy talks about, and I've checked some of them out. And but I haven't been successful with changing anything. So I'm still learning, and I will let you know if I get lucky. And I took more pictures with my camera, with my DS, what is it, DLRS or DSRL, whatever the thing is, that camera. And I'm hoping that since I don't have to email them, all I have to do is just load them into my computer, that I'll be able to upload those and they'll come out better. I'm hoping that's going to be my solution, but I don't know if that is. Hi, Latanya. How you doing? Okay, it is 9:11, so I went over a minute. So now I am ready. Let me see if I can get it. Yes. Um, I need everybody to let me put this in here. I'm going to use what I used last week, and that is Shirley's thread work. The banner is running across the front. So spell it exactly the way it is. It doesn't have to be capitalized or anything like that. But Val, you need to take the S off. It's Shirley's thread work. Put the pound sign, no space, no comma, just Shirley's thread work. No S on the end of work. Go ahead and put those in, and then I am going to go ahead and try to get this thing to work. So if my screen blacks out for a second, don't worry about it. Mm. Oh crap. Mm. Well, it worked, but let me remove that. Hold on a minute. It did work. Unfortunately, I didn't get a chance to show you guys who won. How come? There you go. You all didn't get a chance to see the fireworks, but it did work. It did work. The winner is Jenny. It was in the background. Unfortunately, by the time I got it to pop up like it was supposed to, it had already selected the person, and the person is Jenny. So congratulations, Jenny Owens. You are the first winner of Shirley's Threadwork giveaway. So I am happy to say that I did get it to work. Next time I'll be a little quicker with getting it up there. I don't know why but anyway, it is what it is. I'm still learning how to do it, but since like I said, I did get a chance to get it to work, and I'm very happy with the fact that it worked. And what you would have seen had I gotten it up there on time, you would have seen the numbers going through, the names going around, and then you also would have seen fire, confetti going up with her name popping up. So that's how it was. So anyway, Jenny, what I'm going to do, you may already have my. I think you already have my. Hmm, sorry, trying to get a cramp in my leg. You may already have my email. If you do, please email me now if you can with your email address so I can send you the gift. And the gift for tonight is a $10 gift certificate to Embroidery Library. A $10 gift certificate to Embroidery Library to buy whatever design you want to buy, add it onto your whatever you put in your cart. So I will be sending that to you via your email when you send me your email so I can send it to you directly, and you'll it gives you the instruction how to do it. You just put that code in, and then you should be able to use it. So that's the gift for tonight. So I am so happy that it did work and I was able to give out the surprise. And thank you to everyone for participating. And I am, like I said, I practiced it. I just wasn't moving. It was supposed to be already lined up, and all I had to do was click on it. But you know how that is. What I clicked on wasn't what it was. Anyway, long story. By the time I got it to where it was supposed to be, all of the and I saw it doing what it was supposed to do, but being able to get it up here for you to see just didn't quite work out as quickly. But I'll keep doing it, and the next time I do it, it's gonna be perfect. I'm gonna tell you that because first time I did it, it didn't work. Second time I did it was which was today, it worked, but it didn't do it the way I wanted it to do. So third time is a charm. Now, what I plan to do going forward is to do more giveaways. However, there will be uh, goals. Right now, my goal is to reach 2,000 subscribers. I have 1,913. So what is that? I need 87 more, I think, 87 more subscribers. And I will hit that is that right? Yeah, 2,000 goal. Once I hit 2,000 goals for my subscribers to my channel, I will do another live giveaway. And then going forward, I will have more goals. There'll be different goals. But the next goal is going to be the increasing of my subscribership. So those of you that are watching that are not subscribed, please do. Those of you that are subscribers and you know other people that might be interested in my channel, please share and make contact with them because that, along with your thumbs up and your comments and all of that stuff, will help my channel to grow. And I will be able to do more giveaways. And as the channel grows, the giveaways will be able to be more. And I do know people that, they get 20,000 subscribers and 100,000 subscribers and so forth and so on. And the more subscribers you have, at some point you can collaborate with um, affiliates, and they will assist with giveaway items. And that's when you get a chance to be able to give away really good, nice things. Right now, I'm giving away stuff out of my pocket. So I'm telling you right now, they can't be anything that's going to be way expensive, but hopefully they will be something that is nice that you can use and that you would enjoy. And I figured that the first one I want to do, especially coming up to the holidays, and lots of people are making different things for gifts and to sell and to whatever, whatever. And it never hurts to be able to get some free stuff. And Embroidery Library happens to be one of my favorite embroidery sites. Not the only one I use, but it's the favorite one that I use. And I was able to get a gift certificate from them to use as a giveaway. So I do appreciate them as well as you guys and all the people that watch, all the people that don't come into the chat. I'm telling you, if you want to be part of the giveaway, you got to come into the chat because that's the only way that you can participate. Um, and the more people, the merrier. I like for people to come into the chat and to participate and put their little 2 cents in and ask questions and make comments and do all of that stuff. That's what makes it fun. That's what makes help us to grow. That's what helps us to grow as far as our skill. Because some people do things one way and somebody does it a different way. And if you put out there, well, I tried it this way, or I did that, or I used this resource, or whatever, it helps everybody that is watching, including myself. So I do appreciate that. And that's one reason why I really enjoy doing the lives every week, even though it is kind of um, well, challenging, I guess is the best word, is trying to come up with interesting topics. And that's why I'm always asking people about the topics to do and everything. And I know somebody mentioned a rhinestone tutorial. I am not a rhinestone um, I don't have expertise in rhinestone. I'm gonna just be honest about it. The person that I would refer you to would be Eves at the Baby Booty because she does that. That's her living right now. She sells rhinestone and she eats, sleeps, and breathes rhinestone. She's always doing tutorials and showing you how to do all kinds of stuff with rhinestone. I do rhinestones as a uh, because I like rhinestones. I put it that way. I don't do it on the routine. I do know how to cut out flock. I do know how to brush the stones in and things like that. So I could show you those kinds of things. I'm not a master at using, I use the silhouette for Business Design Center when I'm doing the rhinestone templates. Usually I buy a template and then I put it in there and I size it or whatever needs to be done and then send it to my Cricut and cut it out. I do have a scan and cut as well. I've not cut out any rhinestones with the scan and cut, but yes, with my Cricut. And then I just go ahead and do what you do. Now, those are the basic things. And Robin said the crafty Puerto Ricans, right? She's good with rhinestones as well because she does lots of rhinestones. That's rhinestones and sublimations on. Good night, Evelyn. Rhinestones and sublimations on cups and tumblers and stuff like that. She does that all the time. So those are the places that I would refer you to if you really want to learn how to do rhinestones. Because I have to be honest about that's what I do. Um, who else does rhinestone? Um, all things Shun, Shun. She does a lot of rhinestone projects as well. So those that's where I would refer you to, not me. I'm not the rhinestone person. I can show you there is a project that I want to do another project and I do have a well actually I don't. I have a video of me doing a project where I added rhinestone, but I didn't show you how to do the rhinestone. I don't remember. When I was doing the cut and stitch project because I've done two of them where I did embroidery, I did HTV glitter vinyl, and I did rhinestones. And I put this on a jacket, and one of them I did on a shirt, and one of them I did on a bag. I did three of them. And I think that I did do a video on at least one of those. So that might be something that you want to look at. I'm going to go through my stuff and look at it and see exactly what I did on there. And but I'm going to refer you to that. But uh, check out the Crafty Puerto Rican and check out Ease from the Baby Booty and All Things Shun. Those are the three YouTube sites that I would refer you to get all that you want to know about rhinestones because I want anybody, you want to learn from the best. You want to learn from whomever is going to um, tell you how to do something in the best way, in the best way. And I'm not going to say that that would be me per se. So I got people that are interested in pictures of products, and I got people that are interested in rhinestones. So what else you might be interested in? And yes, Jenny, they do have awesome designs on um, on Embroidery Library. And there's several other places that I like their designs as well. So who knows? You might get lucky and get something from some other place, or you might get something totally different. I don't know what it would be. But like I said, the next giveaway will be, and hopefully that won't be long. Hopefully that'll be before the year's out. We're hoping where I will be able to do another giveaway. So Jenny, don't forget to send me um, your email. Did you do you still have my email? I think you do. Okay, Jenny, I just put my okay, good. Because I want to make sure that I send you your your gift. And when you get your gift and you buy something with it and make it, I hope you would share it with us because I would love to see what you got. What you got? What did you get? What did you get? Something nice. Because they, it's Christmas and they got all kinds of Christmas stuff up there and they have all kinds of sales and they have this VIP program which they broaden it because they used to just do the Christmas VIP or the Christmas where you can get points during the Christmas holiday, so you can get free designs. But now they have the VIP thing, and you get so many points when you buy stuff. So check them out with that. Got it. I got it. Yeah, I got it. So I will be shooting that off to you as soon as we get off of here because I want to make sure you get it and you will share. Great. Hi Leslie, how you doing? You've been watching for a few minutes. Okay, good. Well, you missed the giveaway, girl. I guess you missed it because we just did it, and Jenny Owens won. I put this back up there where you can see who the winner is. It went through. I tried it last week. It didn't work this week. I figured out how to do it. I got it to work, and going forward, hopefully it won't be an issue. We'll be able to get it to work again and we'll have somebody So you didn't see who won. Now you did. You just weren't here early enough to participate. But I got the kinks out of it. I figured out what I was doing wrong. And this particular time, I did it right, but I didn't get it up quick enough where you guys could see it actually rolling through the different names and stuff. So I don't really know. Hopefully, everybody put their um, hashtag in, and it started counting and doing its thing. And then I don't have anything to do with it's all computerized. I had absolutely nothing to do with who. Just like the lottery, I don't. It spins around. It ain't me. It's not me. So, but I am glad that I was able to do it. Oh yeah, I know. I know. Um, the social society so long crew, we're working on another project now. We're doing wall hangings, and we're going to be done soon. So we will be doing another show and tell or reveal pretty soon. And oh yeah, one more thing I wanted to say, and it isn't pertaining to me per se, but you guys that do watch Baroque Sewing and Crafts, Jeanette's channel, she's doing her Christmas Elfster um, thing that she does where you exchange the gift exchange. Tomorrow is the last day to sign up. If you haven't signed up already and you want to sign up, tomorrow is the last day to sign up for uh, Jeanette's Christmas giveaway. And so go to her Facebook page and check it out if you have not yet signed up and you want to do it, because tomorrow night is the last night to sign up. And then on Thursday, she will be, uh, well, I'm pretty sure it's going to be something similar to what I just did with the giveaway, figuring out who is going to have whom and let you know who you're supposed to be making your gift for. So, um, and with that being said, Jenny, who knows? You might be able to get something to from Embroidery Library to make for the giveaway if for the Christmas exchange, if that's something that you're participating in this year. Unless you say you have to stitch your wall hanging together. Yeah. Um, Okay, Jenny, you said you'll sign up. Yeah, don't forget, because like I said, tomorrow night is the last night, and I know last week I had talked to some people that they didn't know about and they hadn't seen it, and so forth and so on. So go on to her Facebook site, and I think it's under features. I think she said on her Friday um, live that she did. If you look at the very beginning of her Friday live, she goes into it and talks about the uh, the Christmas exchange and how to sign up and do all of that. If anybody that's watching is interested in it and you haven't done it and you want to do it and you don't want to miss out on it, so don't forget to do that. She'll tell everybody who's making gifts for whom on Thursday. And then December the 6th is the last day to mail your things out. So I just wanted to give that heads up for that because I know a lot of people on here watch her as well and vice versa. And you probably wanted to do that. Yeah. Well, that's fine. That's fine, Robin. I know we had said tomorrow night was going to be our last night, but I do know that circumstances arise for a few people in the group, and they've not been able to do the project steadily. So we can discuss tomorrow night uh, what we want to do as far as extending or what have you. You know, we're flexible. We're flexible, so don't worry about that. That's something we can talk about tomorrow night. Hopefully, everybody will be able to come on tomorrow night. Um, Other thing that I wanted to ask, I know I started off my live tonight talking about the election, and that next week is the 5th, next Tuesday is the 5th. And everybody should be voting or will have voted. And hopefully, um, you do take this opportunity to do your patriotic duty to vote for the next president of the United States, whomever you choose to vote for. That is your right to do and your privilege, and I'm hoping everybody would do that. I brought that up now because since tomorrow, Tuesday, next Tuesday, is election night, my question is, and whatever the majority says is fine with me. Do you want me to come on to next Tuesday night, or do you think we should skip it? Are you guys going to be glued to the TV watching the election? What is it you think we should do? Because I was talking about this with my husband, and I said, "Well, I'm just going to bring it up tonight and get a consensus what people think." As far as I'm concerned, I can come on because the way I look at it, the polls don't close until 8. That's when we start at 8. We're not going to know who the president is going to be until the next day, really. But it's going to be over into the night when the numbers start coming in, and who's up, who's down, who's close, all of that kind of stuff. So it would be perfectly fine to come in and do the show and hop off, and then that's just in time enough to get to the good juicy juicy part to see, the hand wringling and see who's close, who's winning, who's whatever. So I see Kristen said, "Come on." Anybody else? Let me know. Anybody else? Come on, don't come on. Come on, don't come on. Yes is for come on. No is for don't come on. So everybody put in a yes or a no. Go ahead right now if you don't mind. Okay, I got 2 come on. So Leslie's not going to be available because Leslie works the poll. She'll be working at the poll and attending the watch party afterwards. So it's up to me. So, and then I know I don't see Deborah on here tonight, but Deborah will be working as well. So she won't be most likely available to come on. So far everybody is saying come on. Okay. Well, I haven't seen a no yet. So I'm assuming, and I know what assumptions do. Okay, Val says no. I got 1 no. Betty says, "Come on, sister." I got 1 no. Yes, okay. Yeah. Well, I will keep looking at the comments and everything, but the way it looks now, I will be coming on Tuesday because um, like I said, as far as the numbers are concerned, we're not going to know anything until over in the night. It's going to be much later than it is now because the polls don't even close until 8, like I said, and that's at different times through. Well, we're the latest, yeah. So the people over on the West Coast, they won't close until when we're 10 o'clock here. What are they? 7 o'clock, 6 o'clock. So I'm coming on because I think it'll be okay as far as us being able to follow what's going on with the election and all of that. So I don't know what my topic is going to be for next week yet. Uh, can somebody throw out a good suggestion right quick? That would be so helpful for me to think about and see what we can talk about. Just to give me some thought and some idea. I know I want to do. I'm not gonna say celebrate. That'll be That'll be the following Tuesday. Well, I ain't even gonna say celebrate because I might not want to celebrate. It depends on when. So I'm not gonna say celebrate after the election because we don't know who's gonna win. Whoever wins, Lord, whoever wins. It's just it is what it is. That's all I can say. It is what it is. People are talking now. They're glad that we're coming to the end of this. It has been a long, drawn out, tiresome um, election season for me because you hear so much stuff. It makes your head explode almost. And I'll just be glad to not have to hear all of the stuff that's not nice. I'll be so glad not to have to hear all of that stuff every day, all day long. Um, so having the election be over will be a blessing in more ways than one, where we can get back to some type of normalcy in this nation and move forward to whatever the next step is going to be, regardless to who wins. Yes, he is. I don't know who you are, Arthur, but that part is true. I agree with that 100%. And that is how I feel, that it's the Lord's will. I don't like to get preachy on here either because I don't talk politics per se, and I don't talk religion, and I don't talk race because that's, those things are not um, things that I tend to, okay, I tend to do. But regardless, my prayer is to let it be what's best for the country, whatever that is and whomever that is. That's my prayer to the Lord. Whomever is best for the country is who I pray will win. And I truly believe that the Lord will do that. That's how I feel. Okay. How did I learn to do my channel, like camera lights, etc.? Um, Trial and error. I started the first lot. Well, my channel and my live. With my channel, I started off my very one or two, or even maybe the third channel that I put up, the episode or whatever you want to call it, that I put up on my channel. I used my phone. That's what I used. I was using a phone. I had the phone on a tripod, and I had a light behind me. I always knew that you need to have the light behind you. So, I mean, in front of you. I'm sorry, but in front of me. And I had the light in front of me, and I had the phone, and it worked. I stopped using my phone because of the memory, and I could only go so long. There's no way I would be able to do a live presentation of 2 hours on my phone. Well, I could do a live, but not a video, which is what I was doing. The first two or three videos I did on my phone. And I was having difficulty getting it onto my computer to edit. So I moved to a video camera, which I don't even use that particular video camera anymore. And basically, in all honesty, trial and error and looking at YouTube videos. Trial and error and looking at YouTube videos and getting suggestions as to what works, what doesn't work. And even with the editing software, I tried to use the editing software on the computer, which was no good. Then I used another editing software that I bought that was a little bit more difficult to use. And then I finally got the one that I currently use. and that I've been using it for going on, I guess, a couple of years at least now. And but most mostly everything I do, I'm self-taught. I just do a lot of trial and error and figuring it out. You know, this old gray head still can function halfway decent if I put my mind to it. And most of the things I do is just strictly trial and error, to be perfectly honest about it. Uh, I'll try this, and if it doesn't work, then I'll do some more research, and then I'll try that. And if it doesn't work, I'll do some more research and try something different until I get to a comfort spot. I wasn't even using StreamYard, which is my current platform that I use for my live stream now. I started off using a YouTube Live, which you can do YouTube Live, but it doesn't give you all of the different options to do things like the StreamYard. Although I do pay for this, YouTube is free. This one I pay for, but you get more. So that's why I did StreamYard. I'm looking into doing a different platform because StreamYard did go up, doubled in price, which I didn't think was quite fair, but don't know if I will or not. But it is trial and error. And thank you. I do appreciate you say I inspire you. I tried to be honest about it. That's the reason why I started my YouTube channel in the first place, way back when I was in Florida in 2020. So they say. I didn't think it was 2020. They said it was. I thought it was 2021. I'm still thinking it's 2021. But nonetheless, whenever it was, I started. I did it basically to inspire people of the older generation that wanted to do embroidery and what have you. Good night, Ann. Because I wanted to prove that you can do anything. Good night, Margot. You can do anything you put your mind to if you want to. And you're never too old. You're never too old. I've always believed that. Now, you do slow down. And sometimes it takes a little longer to learn how to do something or figure it out or whatever. I have found that to be so with myself as I get older, that it may take me longer to figure something out than it did when I was much younger. However, what I have also found, if it's something that I really want to do, I do tend to figure it out. I tend to figure it out. So um, that's just the way I am, and it makes me feel good when people say I do inspire them because that is my goal, to inspire people, to encourage people, to let people know if somebody else can do it, you can do it too. If I can do it, you can do it. If you can do it, I can do it. That's how I feel. I've always felt that way. If I see somebody doing something that I want to do, I say, well, heck, I can do that. They did it. I can do it. It may not look the same. I may not do it as well as you, and I may not do it as quick as you do it. But I will eventually get it. I will if I keep trying. And that's that's the message that I try to put out, honestly, to be honest about it. That's the message that I try to put out. That's what I've always taught my kids. And they have shown that is true. That works for them. And good night, Betty, and all of that. So I do appreciate that. And I see people are dropping off because it is getting late, and I don't want to keep anybody longer. So if you need to drop off, just drop off. No problem. No problem. Because I know some of us still work outside of the home. I don't anymore. And I'm so glad of that. I'm so glad of that. Trust me, I'm so glad of that. So again, I haven't gotten anybody to give me any recommendations for a topic, and I really, really need that help because I be puzzling my brain. You guys just don't have a clue how much I be puzzling my brain trying to come up with something that I think is going to be of some value and interest and useful. I want something that is going to be something beneficial, useful, value, all of that kind of stuff. So please put stuff in the comment, go on my channel, put something in the comment. All of that stuff does help. Again, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. I need the thumbs up. I need the subscribers. Please subscribe. Help me to get to that 2,000 before the end of the year. I only need 87 more people. 87 more people, and I'll have 2,000 for the next giveaway. That's not too hard to do. Just get out there and campaign. Help me get to that 2,000 mark, and I'll let you guys know. And then we'll do another giveaway, and we'll go from there for the next goal. And we definitely will be doing the reveal. I'm not 100% sure it will be next week. It might, and it might not. But we will be doing the reveal soon because we are very close to the end of that project. And I want to get that shown to you guys. So I am going to go ahead and wrap it up as well because, like I said, I see people that are leaving. I don't see any more questions. I don't see any comments about what they want me to talk about. So it is 8 minutes to 10. So I'm going to go ahead and say good night to everybody. Thank you guys for stopping in. I do appreciate all of your support. And you guys have a wonderfully blessed rest of the week. Go to the polls before you come on to the live next Tuesday. And hopefully I'll have something fun and interesting to share with you guys next week. And with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and say good night and take care. And I'll see you guys in the so long tomorrow night. And everybody else, if it's the Lord's will, I'll see you on Tuesday. Good night, everybody.